Welcome back, everybody, to part 2 of the Yamaha XS850 carburetor rebuild series. Here right now, we're pretty much going to get back into it where we left off. So just sit back, and if you don't know where we are at this point, please feel free to go back to the previous video so that you can see where we stopped and where we are beginning, okay? So just sit right back and let's see what we can find out, shall we?
Yeah, these things are rock solid fucking hard.
Are they?
I mean, these are.
Are they supposed to be? Are those little
No.
plastic inserts that you're talking about that go on the... Oh no, those are just O-rings, so...
They're, well, do you think that looks like an O-ring that's just over the time, just like the other ones? The other used to be O-rings too. That goes down.
Those are like flat, though. They're flat and they got a channel in them on the one edge.
Yeah.
Because see that edge? That edge doesn't have a channel in it, but that edge does. I don't think that's an O-ring. I mean, I think it's an O-ring, but it's a specialty. We don't want to break those type of things.
Well, this is the problem. This is what goes on the shaft. If I can maybe.
So does it clip onto anything? Does any little piece of anything?
Right here, I'm leaving the spring off. The spring goes around right through here. This goes inside there, and one goes in here. This to where it. That's what seals it from sucking the air in.
Okay. But I guess what I'm asking is, you see how that one's perforated on that edge? Mm-hmm. Does anything slide inside that? Mm-hmm. It just butts up against it and smooshes it? Might be
This side, it goes in. I'm not sure which way. Then the washer goes over it. Then circle clip goes back over that.
Might be able to get away with just putting one in there, or maybe double it up because that one's kind of thick. I mean, unless you have a wide one. You might have to double up on them.
I'm going to say an O-ring, a larger size to push it in there and seal on both sides, and then push the washer back down.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty confident that an O-ring. Well, this don't have no resistance. It don't even touch the outside edge no more.
Okay.
It don't hit the inside, any of it. This is definitely no good.
Okay.
Anything would be better than this.
Well, we will use what you think then. This one ain't perfect, but this one was the worst out of the three, and that's not bad. I'm going to let it soak a little bit more.
Yeah, because that stuff on that side has to all come out to where that.
I'm going to let it sit and see if we can't eat away at some of it. I don't think it's at this point, I don't think it's a scraping game. I think it's more of a let it try to dissolve a little bit game before I scrape. But I did get it.
The washer came off the inside behind the
Block cleaner. It's going to sit, and this alcohol is going to hopefully make this rust brittle when it evaporates enough to where it'll come off.
That's good. Still need to get that other one out, other jet.
Oh yeah, there's still another jet in there. Then there's two in the other one, right? Two in the other one and one in that one.
Yeah. Where all these pieces came off of.
I didn't do it with me.
No. I didn't take them right. I didn't take them off yet, so that way I can. This is definitely. I'm gonna unclip. It's on the corner next to the bushing for the choke rod.
So you did Thanksgiving over at Mike's?
I do not know yet, honestly. They're talking. I think that they're canceling it until later on.
Later on, not having Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
I mean, if you ain't got nowhere to go on Thanksgiving, you come over. Come over and eat.
I appreciate that. We're thinking about cooking a turkey at home.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, cook at home. But just in case, for whatever reason, you don't.
I appreciate that.
We don't do turkey, we do ham. But we
Okay.
love ham and all that jazz.
And the girls thought about it.
Good. And that'd probably be something good for you guys.
Try our luck at it.
Now, how are you going to do it? You're going to in the oven? You're going to try
In the oven.
Yeah, okay.
Do not
You can do it.
No.
It's just that's a tall order though. I know that you're not. He's great at carburetors, ladies and gentlemen, but cooking, he's better at carburetors, I think.
Yeah.
And especially with turkey. Turkey's like a moderate to advanced mode. It's like working on these carburetors because you mess it up a little bit and it's going to be so dry. So we'll make sure not to do that. Some people bag them, and bagging them is actually not a bad idea. You get some of those oven bags.
Well, I haven't tried to make a turkey since I was younger, and I went and bought a deep fryer.
Yeah.
And did not realize that the turkey was not all of the way thawed.
Oh yeah, and you can't throw it all the way in at once either.
Oh no, it didn't get it started on fire.
I bet it did.
I'm very lucky that I did not get hurt.
Yes, I had a couple fryers in my time. We tried it a couple years. I don't like turkey. I call it dirty bird. I don't eat it. I only eat cute animals, and to me, a turkey is not a cute animal, so I don't eat it. Cows are cute, I'll eat it. Pigs are cute, I'll eat it. Chicken's cute, I'll eat it. But lamb's cute, I'll eat it. But turkey, I don't know. I don't like the texture. I don't like the.
I think this is.
But we're still making you deviled eggs for next Sunday.
Oh, good.
I think what we're gonna do, I'm gonna buy some steaks, and we're gonna cook up some steaks for you guys, and then we'll still have sides from Thanksgiving, and then we'll make some brand new deviled eggs. So we'll have just a whole big layout to be able to grub down. That just sounds good. You know, we might have snow on the ground by then.
On our way driving over here, one of the cars that came up off of Bremen Highway had snow all over the back of it, so I don't know where it came from.
Huh. Wow. See that? This is hillbilly ultrasonic here. Very ultrasonic. Yeah, you know what? It's making the rubbing alcohol turn a rust color, so it must be doing something right. Suspending them particles in it.
That's what I was afraid of.
What you afraid of?
I have to pull the little circlip off and get a piece of that to get this top cover off.
Now I'm gonna try when we get them caps off. I'm gonna try, even though I know it's pitted and everything. I'm probably gonna put some high grit sandpaper on there and try to clean it up.
To get the rust in that off?
Just to try to get it to where it looks a little bit more shiny. I got a bunch of polish and stuff. I'll just try to put a quick polish on and see what happens.
I've been chrome polish and some of that steel wool. I tried to rub that across, and I bet it would take it almost back to using it.
I got 4-part polish too. I can put like a cutting compound on real quick and just rub it with my thumb and then try to put some finishing on it and see what happens. Maybe nothing, maybe something. You never know.
I'm really afraid that this circlip is going to take off.
It's definitely a lot better second pass. It's got some other kind of weird scale in it too. Not just rust.
All over my hands, it's super, super gritty.
Yeah. I mean, granted, this is definitely looking tons better than when I grabbed it.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes, what do they say? The devil's in the details. wearing clothes to work on the motorcycle that I wore out on a date last night.
Oh no. I went on a date.
Yeah, it was fruitless. They always are. They always are, but I'm either a hopeless romantic or just hopeless. I'm not sure.
No, no.
Quality of people out there. Jeez Louise, Papa Jeez. I'm gonna pause on that because that doesn't look too terrible. It's still a little bit icky, but
Top cover off.
all right. Top cover's off. The spring, boing. Oop.
The diaphragm out.
Some more of the stuff that we don't need right now. This second.
This is so nasty inside.
Yeah.
I need to pull all these out, but I need to. I seen when I took this apart. There's 2 small jets in the front.
Oh, it's got more jets.
Yeah.
All right.
Have to decide what route we want to go with this top inside.
You know what route I think we should do? The dinner route. It's like 5 o'clock.
Is it really?
20 after 5. Let's eat some food.
Well, you know what? As much as I hate to say this, hopefully this gasket, I think we're going to have to split this top apart on this carb
Okay.
because it's so nasty.
Yeah.
I think it'll defeat the purpose if we don't split it apart and clean the inside out and going through doing all the rest of this for it
Okay.
not work.
But I got black RTV too. In case, you know, we get a
Well,
little
just for the
tear.
fact of seeing if this is all going to even work in the end,
Yeah.
we can be really careful taking that apart.
Sure. All right, so we are back. We put some petroleum jelly on the diaphragm, and it actually looks pretty good. It doesn't look bad.
Yeah. Maybe it isn't quite as stiff. Wipe it off and clean it up.
Oh, no, it feels pliable. Well, I don't know what it felt like last time. I hope that's not a hole right there, is it?
Nope.
Oh, just some ickiness. Okay.
You know, off one of these parts.
Because I got a feeling that, well, we don't know what the other 2 diaphragms look like, but I've got a feeling that getting diaphragms for these, although we probably can, we don't want to if we don't have to. And see, this is not rubber, though. It's something else.
Almost like it. I don't want to say neoprene, but I'm not sure if that's
Yeah,
what it
maybe
is.
neoprene or, yeah. Definitely something weird. Wonder why they didn't go for rubber. Maybe longevity. Maybe this lasts longer with.
Let's look at what the piece gave
Yes.
off.
Oh, I don't care. We were using that for some kind of gauge, depth gauge for something. I remember.
Forks.
Oh, for the forks. Yeah, there you go. When'd you get something to drink? Oh, you didn't. I was like, when'd you get something to drink?
But now it ended up in here. I'm afraid to twist this very much harder.
Yeah. Is it fitting inside okay? Inside the slot?
Not really.
No. Is it too thick or something?
Actually, maybe a little bit too small. I tried this one. This is a little bit bigger, but it's the
A
same.
little stumpy.
It's even looser than that one was.
You think those are jets, huh? I can look and see if I got a fatter one. I don't think I do, but I'm down for checking.
Can check real quick.
See what I come up with. Yeah, let's see here.
So far.
That one might be a little bit bigger. Ooh, you're making it move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's coming.
B blaster did his job.
There we go. So that one I got. Other than that, it's just these.
2 more to go.
That's a Phillips. Those are 2 flatheads. That's a flathead. So, you want her to read that one? Or are we pretty sure it's what it's supposed to be?
No, it's a 40.
Okay, you want me to put it in with the others?
Yes, please.
Alrighty. So now what? We only have 2 more left that didn't come out?
Well, I'm going to say by looking and following, as long as we clean these out really good and blow them out, you can see down through them. I don't know.
I mean, you can see them down the middle.
Yeah.
So if I just cram like the high E string down them, it should be alright?
Yeah, it just goes there, it goes back. That's from right there, it goes down.
Oh, there's a hard bend in it though, huh?
All these seem to come down in and feed in. Goes back up. Your call.
I don't know. You want to just
I'm not 100%
see if that
sure.
one fits better in there?
Yeah.
That one's a bigger one. Might be too big though, huh?
Well, I would think that these screw out. I'm not 100% sure that. I would think that they screw out, but I do not want to break.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. That one's like the lightest one I can think of that I have.
Only problem is it's a little bit.
Too big. Yeah, not so
I'm trying
much.
not to torque down on. I
No,
do
no,
not
I
want
get
to
it.
bust this. This stuff's soft.
I get it.
A little bit.
A little bit, it moved a little bit?
No.
Oh. Let's say worst case scenario, if you want to, I'll try to snake that high E string through it and see if we can't clean it out like that. If
I do not want to break these.
it doesn't have to be.
You know what? I'm going to say that they don't need to be removed.
Okay, we're not going to remove those. Got it, folks? And what he's trying to do here, let's show you really quick. I don't think anything's going to fall out of here, is it? No? Okay. So there's these 2 screws right here, one right there, one right there, and we were thinking those are jets. They got these little slots in them, like you can screw them out with a flathead screwdriver, but that is proving to be troublesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to elect to keep them in. It looks as if we can see the little holes, the pilot holes in the center. We could probably feed the wire through it. We can kind of chase it and see where it goes, and hopefully the wire will be able to clear it out, clear out the passage and the orifice without us having to mess with these, because once again, that's soft brass right there, and we don't want to mangle it and mar it up, because then you might as well get new ones then, and who even knows where we could find those. So I just noticed I got this back on, but it's okay. Let's shut it off. There we go.
This is learning experience.
What's that?
First time ever taking the top off one of these.
Yeah. Well, at least they're cracking loose so far. Is it 4 screws on?
2 inside here too.
Oh, 2 inside there too. Interesting. Of course, those are going to be mofos, right? No. So I wonder why they did it like that. I mean, why they made the top splittable like that. That's interesting. And odd. I wish I had that. I had another carburetor to show you what the other ones we've been dealing with have looked like, and they haven't really looked like this. So it's interesting. Everyone's going to be a little bit different, but they all are supposed to function in basically the same manner, which is being a fuel distribution system. So, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, it's just they look different, but that's carburetor's job.
Do not want to mix these up.
Yeah, don't mix. What you need?
Organizing.
Organizing.
Do not want to mix up the screws.
Everything poured out of here. We can use this when you put some screws in there.
Oh, this is fine.
Okay.
Fuck, remember what's for what.
Oh, I'm not going to remember. He's going to remember. I'm here for moral support. And here,
I don't remember than the video one.
yes, and that's why it's good to run video when you're doing this kind of thing too, because you can always look back and say, oh, or take pictures like Jeff had said at the beginning of the video. If you don't know what you're doing, if you're a beginner, even if you're not a beginner, he's ripped apart a bunch of carburetors, but there's something different and weird in some of them, and being able to record it and chronicle it and know that, hey, this is how this came apart in this order with these screws, it just makes reassembly that much easier. So instead of trying to guess, which is usually what I do most of the times, and then I usually have a handful of screws left, and then I'm like, oh, what the hell is this for, sort of thing. So now, what's that, another jet?
This is, I think, for the low speed setting.
We don't want to go slow, we want to go fast. So is that the one where you're going to count how many turns?
Yes, half. Two. 4.5.
4.5?
Yeah.
So see, what I'm doing is I'm writing it down, 4.5 turns. We also have the sizes for the jets, just in case, so we know how they go. And like I said, it's very good to always write down notes, especially when you get our age, you start forgetting a lot of shit, right? So, oh, and by the way, see, there's the handlebar thing that I got, so this
Oh,
little
that's nice.
mini GPS will fit right on the bike.
Right on the handlebars.
Yeah. I want it to fit like right in the middle of the handlebars. Right below the ignition.
It's nice you don't have to take your eyes off the road.
Exactly. $6.77 for that GPS.
For the whole GPS unit?
Yeah. I get them for like under $10. I can get like tons of them.
Really?
Mm-hmm. What's nice is you don't need to pay for a service or need a SIM card or any of that crap. It's just boom, there it is, you know. Kind of nice. All right, Jeff's got some parts that fell out.
No, it's just all the crud from inside of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's a little kind of needle adjustment type of deal with a spring on it. And what's that, little O-ring on the outside or something?
Yeah. Each of these are different. Some have washers at the bottom, some have O-rings. This O-ring is part of the needle itself.
Oh.
So you have to be careful not to drop that or misplace it.
Good to know.
Yeah. I would not.
So you have to throw that in the trash then?
No. No. Actually, not in the mineral spirits either,
Nope.
because that rubber
I
we
will
may
not.
have to reuse.
How about I put this right here?
Yeah.
So we know what's up with it. I know you guys probably can't see. Actually, I know you guys can't because I'm looking at both screens. We actually have everything laid out here in some sort of fashion so that we can visually see where all the parts are. I probably should get to cleaning those floats, or at least that one float looks sticky. Wow, these really did clean up though. I mean, they still got a little bit of residue, but they cleaned up pretty well. I'll hit them one more time. What you thinking? Oh, it's supposed to come apart? Supposed to. Is it wiggling at all? No.
Well, I'm just trying not to run the gas.
Sure.
There's one more somewhere.
What's that? Did you take that thing out? See how you can see the bottom side of that in there?
That right there.
Oh,
There's one
okay.
inside.
Gotcha.
There's two inside.
Gotcha.
One. Oh, all the screws are out. Just the gasket holding it on.
And that gas is probably from 1981.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's starting to move it a little bit.
That's all.
Like one side is, maybe not the other side. Maybe we'll find treasure in there.
Or fish.
Yeah, or fish. There you go. I don't think that thing's holding it on, do you?
Yeah, very well, maybe. Well, that side's moving. It's this side where the low-speed needle jet went in. It's held right there at the bottom.
Something down in that hole, maybe?
Here we go. Where did it come out?
I don't know. Like that? Right?
Yeah, this is for the main jet going up in, and then the needle valve for the,
So it came out blunt side on the top.
yeah.
Or blunt side on the bottom,
On
I
the
guess
bottom.
you'd say, yeah.
This is for the main valve.
Does that need to go in
This
the
is for
mineral
the
spirits?
pilot. You can put them both in that.
Put them both in there? You remember which ones go for what?
Yep.
Okay. So they are going to go into our mineral spirits. What we found out, you should see on the other screen, but we did find out that there are rebuild kits for these carburetors. They are actually, I don't know if I'd call it a complete kit, but it's pretty darn close. It comes with the gaskets, it comes with the jets. Yeah, I was surprised. But now, what I was going to try to do is pull it up. Let's see if it comes up. No, it's from Mike. Oh, there's a bunch of different places I have them, dude. But the cheapest, yeah, right. If they're that cheap, then I'm buying them. You get a three set for $28. That's almost worth it, dude. What do you think? 3X carburetor carb repair rebuild kit for 81 XS850 midnight special. I don't think it matters whether it's a, because I think that one is a special. It's not a midnight, but I think it's a special. Let's see if it says what the jets are on in it. 155, 142, 130, 50, and 240s. So it's got a float bowl gasket, a float needle and seat, a seat, a slide needle, 155, 142, 130, 50, and 240s.
Can I see a picture?
Not that one.
Mm-hmm.
Not that one. The back one. Come on. Come on.
I guess with the needle and seat, the screen and everything. That sort of sounds too good to be true, though.
Think so?
I don't know. Sort of afraid for the price. Is that for one though?
No, it's for all three.
I don't see how it could possibly be that cheap, but okay.
Because it comes from Taipei, China.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Think it'll take a long, long time to get from there though?
It'll probably be here by Christmas. So I say, why don't I put it on my watch list?
Okay.
So that way we'll know where it is.
So that way if you do need to get them.
Yeah, and that way if we find out, oh hey, it's not, it's still chugging a little bit or
the
whatever.
good part is it's winter time here in wonderful Indiana.
Yeah,
And the bike is not going anywhere until spring.
that's right. Except in the other work area that we have.
Exactly.
But that'll be under my power pushing it, and hopefully not through 6 inches of snow. Well, it's nice to know that these rebuild kits are very readily available. I like seeing that. Because a lot of times
That would be really nice if that was the case, if you could get that and just completely strip these down, throw them in the ultrasonic cleaner, and put them back together fresh.
So do we want to rebuild them? I'll buy this thing and we'll see if it works. And if it still chugs, then we'll do it. Or, I mean, how do you want to do it?
Completely up to you.
But I'm asking for your input. Do you think that those jets and everything will do what needs to be done?
I think it'll work.
Just to see if it runs?
It just needs to be cleaned out.
Okay. And if we see that there's anything sketchy, like once we got it together, then we'll know, hey, we'll just buy the kit and then we'll have to pop it off.
Well, I do not want to take these jets out unless I absolutely have to, and I'm afraid if I do that they're not going to come out in one piece.
Well, then let's not take them out. We can just run a wire through them, right?
And some cleaner and air and make sure the passages are flowing properly.
That sounds like a winner chicken dinner to me.
Check them now, but I'm not going to put my mouth on here without air compressor.
Yeah, and I can always run a wire through them too, just to check and see. I don't think that would hurt anything, do you?
No.
All right, well that's good to know. That means that even if there was some sort of faux pas that we did, that we could get parts for cheap, brand new. Yes, they'd come from Taipei, and I believe Taipei's in China, right? I believe so. So it would probably take about, usually from China to here takes 3 weeks, I've found. It's usually 3 weeks.
Okay. I'm going to say if you had a scratch pad, old one or something.
Yeah, an old green Scotch-Brite. I got some Scotch-Brite.
See?
Yep.
Look at that, just rub my finger across it.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice and shiny.
Yep. So if you think, here, let's get you, clean your thumb off, it's pretty dirty now. If you think, do you think that this is broke down enough then for me to clean? You don't have to take nothing else out of it?
No, I think it's clean.
So then we work on breaking the next one down, is that what we're doing? We want to basically break all 3 of these down like this one is. So that way everything can get cleaned. And when it comes down to reassembling, we can reassemble everything. Hopefully not run into any hidden surprises, because we will already know about them because we have it all taken apart to their primary components.
I should try to pop them out. I'm worried about breaking them.
We'll leave them in and we'll stick it in through them, right? Or stick the wire through them.
Yeah.
And then spraying compressed air through it ain't gonna hurt it, right?
Nope.
Not like gonna blow anything out or anything.
Next step is trying to break this loose, but that can be another moment.
Oh, that thing? Yeah.
Because I'm not
100% sure how it
Well, I know that
Does it press out?
it has to pull up,
Oh, it pulls up.
but this bottoms out in there. It's a locking washer on the bottom of it.
Not budging, huh?
No. I do not want to beat on it.
I don't blame you.
I think this is one of them. Squirt stuff in there, let it sit overnight and see if
Sure.
it loosens up.
Understandable.
It's going to be washed up with the gasket still on it.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to mess with that gasket at all. I'll just try to go around it as best I
Yeah.
can.
How do you want to do this? Wash it up now?
Well, I was kind of thinking it would break them apart, and then I can
Just
save
do all of them?
Yeah, I could save all the washing, and I can do it during the week.
Got it.
So you do all the technical part. I do the grunt work. When we can do the grunt work, we can have another little video where I'll do the grunt work in my bathtub, or sink, or
I'm just going
something.
to let this sit here for 1 minute.
Sure. What we can do too is let me use this rag. Yeah, of course I got other shit. I'm gonna have to crash into it here. But that's just the way it is. Oh, you know what? I didn't have this on anyhow, so we didn't get any audio sound. What I can do, Jeff, is I can move this light and anything that you want, like the carburetor bodies and stuff, when we're ready, ready for me to clean them,
Yeah.
just stick them on this yellow thing.
Okay.
And that way it's away from all the other stuff. It won't take up that other space.
This has a number 2.
I think that'll work pretty good. There we go. So I apologize ahead of time if the audio sounded like shit, but I had the microphone off. Now it's on. I mean, we would have got audio for both of these things, but it's not going to be as crisp as that audio.
Yeah, this is good as we can do for the moment with this.
Good.
Until it gets cleaned.
I'm going to try to make it the best I can make it. Now I got a question too. I think I already know the answer. Once you have all 3 of those broke loose, I should make sure that the body and the tops stay with each carb, right?
Yes.
We don't want to make like one top,
No.
one body.
No.
Okay. I will
So that is a good point.
be very diligent then in making sure that each body stays with each top.
If I put it on the right way, that would definitely help.
Yeah, it might. Sometimes it's those small things, because who knows, maybe in the machining process or maybe in a wear pattern or something like that, you just want to kind of match them up. Of course, if you had maybe a bad top and you bought one at like a secondhand store or something, you could try to use it, but if we already know that these are married up, we might as well. So what are we thinking
Okay.
now?
Very dumb question.
All these screws?
All the screws. Do you have any other bolts like that?
No, but what I was thinking about doing is grabbing some aluminum foil, putting each thing of screws in aluminum foil, and then
As long
putting
as
it
you
in
can put a note in there, because these go to the top half of the carburetor body, and I do not want to mix these up with carb rack.
Let's see what we can do. Have to have some kind of organization going on here. All right. I know we should have plastic bags, but we don't have plastic bags, so we're going to try something a little bit different. So I'm going to tear off a little bit for those. Then we're going to write and we're going to put a little fortune cookie note in it. It's basically going to say what they are. And then when we get back to all of them, we can just undo these and it hopefully will tell us what's in each one of them. So, for instance, we will take a pen. We'll put it on a piece of paper. Which looks like it's going to be my voter registration confirmation card. And what are those?
These will be the carb rail.
Carb rail screws.
Yeah.
So we're
There's two different sizes, so you can't mix up the sizes, so it don't matter.
Okay, so
They can all be put together.
Alright, so we're going to tear this out like that. Temporarily put that there. That's going to go in here, and all these are carb rail screws?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we were doing those. I would have made it a little bit bigger. I don't know. I should be right.
These are for the carb bowl. Or no. For all of the carb bowls, yeah.
Alright, there we go. Effect is, hang on one second, I got even a better idea. Even though we got that, I'm gonna I swear one of man's best friends, a Sharpie. Carb rail. Alright. Those are carb rail. We'll stick those there for now. Move on to the next one. You said the next ones were what? The float bowl?
Carb bowl, yeah.
Carb bowl. Alright. How many are there, which is like enough to where I'll use this rectangle here. Should be enough there, right?
Yeah, 12.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and throw them on there. Alright. Now, ultimately, you would probably want to use little plastic bags, but because we don't have plastic bags, we're using what we have. And these were these are bowl, right? Carb bowl bolts.
Yeah, screws, yeah.
Screws. Alrighty. Those once again will go there. And then what are those right there?
This one just fell out.
You put that in the.
It's mineral spirits.
Yep. What are those?
These are they're not the upper cap. These are for the upper half of the carb. I don't know.
For this part?
Yeah.
So,
They're not the actual caps.
upper
Carb
carb,
half.
no cap screws. You want all that, right? And I'll put half.
Close enough.
Half. Just so we know. And that way we just have a better understanding of what bolts go where. We're staying organized. And all that jazz. Now, question: are we calling that one that you tore down? Would that be considered carburetor 1 or carburetor 3?
I was actually just thinking about etching the 1 in there and the 2 and the 3, just so that way I can keep these pieces together.
So was that 1?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna put a 1.
It may technically not be the number 1 cylinder,
But for
it's
us.
the number 1 that we did for all the parts.
Okay. So I'm gonna put a 1 in each one of these corners. I mean, I'm sure the bolts are the same, but just in case at the factory they did something hinky, it's been known to happen where sometimes they will tap something out or make it a little bit bigger and not let you know.
Yeah.
I had that happen with a Ford Mustang block. They bored out the main bearings and they didn't stamp the block. I rebuilt it 4 times. I couldn't understand why the mains were chattering so bad.
Oh, wow.
And I plastic gauged it and was like, there's some clearance issues here. And I took it down to Ridge, and they confirmed. And we ordered oversized bearings. I think they were 20 over. Popped them in, and they were fine. It was fine. It didn't chatter. Didn't do nothing new. Ran really well. This goes into the mix that we have of mineral spirits. Now, question.
Yes.
Do you know all these parts well enough for me to put them in a plastic bag?
The only thing that I need to remember, that I probably will not, is the top cap where all of them brackets went, which would be the top left corner. Actually, I already held that up and took a picture of it, so that would be fine.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So those can be all.
So you know the difference between like that circlip and the other circlip that's floating around right there?
The tiny one and the big one, yes.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out a way to organize all these.
Reading about the low speed jet if that needs to be separated.
I don't know.
It's in really good shape. I would say that everything can be put back together. Yeah.
Everything can be put in a bag?
Yes.
Even including these or excluding those?
Including them.
Okay. So let me see if I can't find some Ziploc baggies. Don't know if I have any. I might. If I don't, I'll find something that works. I'll find something. I do not have Ziploc bags, but I got oven bags. These are nice thick plastic, so they're not going to tear through.
Oh wow, that's big.
Yeah, but we'll just fold it around. Okay, so all of this stuff's going in there.
Yeah.
But only one of the floats and only one of the bowls, right? Or do you want me to put them all in there?
You can put them all in there, but I'd be careful not to smash. Well, it don't matter. I'm gonna have to remeasure and readjust the floats anyway, so it really don't matter.
Okay. I was planning on trying to be neat and like,
Well, are you gonna clean them, or
yeah,
I can do it?
I can do it. I still got to do these. I wasn't going to put these in. I just need
Just be sure when you clean them, do not use chemicals on those.
I don't want to eat away at the
Plastic or rubber, whatever. Plastic, sorry.
Yeah. I will use my toothbrush and my patience. So all those can kind of sit off to the side. This goes in there. And the spring. And these 2 little O-rings. And these 2 little screws. And this. And the circlip and the washer. And this. And these. And this is okay too?
Yeah. Only thing I don't think I'd put in there right now is the.
I'm not gonna put that up with the top.
Okay.
What I'll probably do is I'll probably lay that over there on that shelf.
Very good.
We'll just lay them in rows 1, 2, 3. Figure that would work, right?
Yeah. As long as there's no holes in there, the circle's still on the top, right?
Should be right there.
Which is fine. We can get it off there.
No, there's no holes in here. It's a brand new oven bag.
That's fine then. Put everything in there. Actually, while you're doing that, you can take these and put them in there too, because I know what screws these go to. These are for the.
Do you need those little things that sat on top of the jets?
Probably
Look all
hurt to
the
be.
same.
Wouldn't hurt to
Probably
be
clean
down.
them, so we'll keep them in with the bowls.
Yeah.
I wonder why they painted that one neon green.
Oh wow.
That's weird. Well, look, that one's neon green too.
Yeah.
It must have just seeped through
Yeah.
or something. Who knows? Okay, so I'm gonna put this over here on the shelf. So we got a spot for it. And you know what I'm gonna do on top of that before I put this here? I'll leave this here just for a second. I'm gonna take these little tin foils, put them in there too.
Guys, that is the end of part 2 of this series of rebuilding these carburetors. I hope you learned something. I know that I did as well. Stay tuned for part 3 as it will be coming really soon. And don't forget to click that like, click that subscribe. Let us know that what we're doing is something that you would want to watch more. And by subscribing, you'll be able to see more videos in this series. So you can watch this bike going from a discarded piece of junk into hopefully something that we can ride around and bring back to life and have some fun with, okay? So everybody stay safe and have a good day.